I was pretty successful in my younger years, and then I took a serious illness 10 years ago. Now, I thought that I was being punished then, because I was always discontent, wanting more, wanting more, wanting more. And people said to me, that's what you get. You know, you deserve that. You were never satisfied. So how does that work?
Well, when I was a little boy, my grandmother pretty well raised me, and Grandma used to say, you should be satisfied with what you've got. Grandma was wrong. You should never be satisfied with what you've got. Dissatisfaction is a creative state. If we had been satisfied with the candle and the kerosene lamp, we'd be living in darkness in here. It's dissatisfaction that's given us the lifestyle we've got. When you say that you're being punished, that's an old idea that's, you know, it's built right into the genes. We think we're being punished for this. We screwed up. We got into the wrong information. We got believe in the wrong thing. You start to let your outside world control your inside world. And in your younger years, forget all that jazz. You're here, it's now. And so let all that go. Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, I don't know if most of you know him from The Secret, he is an incredible human being. He said something that I burned into my mind one day. He said, when anything happens to you, anything happens, there's a three-step strategy. Number one, it is what it is, accept it. It'll either control you or you'll control it. Number two, harvest the good. The more you look for it, the more you're going to find. And number three, forgive all the rest. Forgive means to let go of, completely abandon. So let it all go.
I feel now I've got to hide that I've come down here. You know, I've told lies. I've said I've come down to meet someone about this and that, because the people I know would think I was crazy.
What do you care what they think?
I know.
It's, first of all, it's none of your business what they think.
Yeah.
Terry Whitaker wrote a book one time, and that was the title of it, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business. Do you know, we just had a young fellow, we have a program, it's a fairly expensive program, but it's also a very good program called Matrix. It's where we bring people into Toronto for an entire week, and we work with them all day on taking an idea and building an idea and then taking the idea to market. Well, we got a letter from a young guy. Did you read the letter, Gina? From Andre from Australia. He wrote us a letter. God, you should read it. It was so good. You could have written it just with what you just said. He told people that he was going to America to a business program. He said he just couldn't tell them that he was flying across the world for a personal development program, and he couldn't tell them what he was paying to go to it. On the way back, he said, that was the best investment I ever made. He says, I can't wait to tell everybody about it. Now, what changed? It was his attitude that changed.
Yeah, but after taking ill, I realised that I would have to think smart, because I've always done my own thing. And I wanted to get into this sort of thing. And I spent a lot of money with a lot of people, America, London, programs that were nonsense, you know, internet. It was nonsense for me, because I wasn't capable. And I'm talking about maybe £30,000. Now, I hadn't worked for years, so everyone said to me, what have you done? I said, well, I just can't get it right. So anyway, I had to hide it for a while. Well, you know, I lost the money and that was it. But I'm down here now thinking it wasn't the program that was wrong, it was me that was wrong. So if I get down here and I get the thinking right. But what they say to me is, you were successful, you'd never heard of any of this nonsense. All of a sudden you're doing all
That's
this.
probably true. You were unconscious competent. That's what got me into this business. I took my income over $1 million a year. I had absolutely no awareness of what the hell I was doing. I was cleaning floors. I read Think and Grow Rich. It said set a goal. So I had it written on a card that I was going to have in my possession by New Year's Day of 1970, $25,000. Now I gave myself a decade to do it. I really didn't believe it was going to happen at all. But I started to think of earning money, and somebody said there's good money cleaning floors. I said, I'm not proud, I'll clean floors. So I got one office to clean, $30 a month. Then I got another one at $65 a month. Well, pretty soon, I was cleaning offices in Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Cleveland, Atlanta, right here in London. Out in Feltham, I had an office. And I was doing, you know, I was earning over $1 million a year. But if you asked me what I was doing, I'd say I was cleaning offices. Well, I wasn't really cleaning offices. That was incidental to what I was doing. There was all kinds of people cleaning offices. They weren't doing what I was doing. I couldn't figure out why I was winning. I was raised to believe if you're going to earn a lot of money, you've got to be really smart. I didn't think I was very smart, but I was earning a lot of money. I was raised to believe if you're going to build a business, you've got to have a good formal education. I didn't have any, so I thought that. Then I wondered how many other things I was trained to believe were true weren't true at all. And so I thought, I've got to figure out what happened to me. So I started to study, and I've never stopped. And I have found that almost all really successful people cannot articulate on why they are. They'll say, if you interview them, they'll say, well, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do so. Go to somebody in the same business that's a failure and say, what do you do? Well, I do this and that. And they'll say, you do the same thing as a successful person. So what gives? You'll find people who are absolutely brilliant, they're broke. You'll find other people who are functionally illiterate, and they're millionaires.